Hello student, and welcome to our today's class. In our today's class, we are going to talk about the order of operations involving integers. So I'm going to use my board here to illustrate what I mean by that. Anytime we talk about the order of operations involving either integers or fractions, in simple terms, we are referring to the application of body mass, whereby we have the body mass here. Let me rewrite it. The body mass. The B here stands for the brackets. So anytime we should start by solving what is inside the bracket, then we proceed to working on the off, and then we proceed to the division. Then we talk about the multiplication. And then lastly, but not last, but the addition comes next. Then we finish with the subtraction. That is actually what we mean by the body mass. So the order of operation is where you have more than two signs being involved in an equation. And for you to be able to solve that equation correctly, then you need to strictly observe the rules of body mass. Remember, if you do anything contrary to the rules of body mass, then you will get an answer which is not going to be correct. So anytime you are working on any equation, make sure you actually observe the rules of body mass. Let me stop sharing this, and then I show the working that has been done in the notes that you have. In the notes that you have, there's a working that has been done here. Just a minute. So there's an example that is given here. But before that, we have talked about body mass. Just go to the brackets, work out whatever is in the bracket first, then you go to the second, division, multiplication, addition, and then subtraction. There is this question that has been done as an example where you are told to evaluate this. If you are told to evaluate this, we have a bracket here where you have 2 minus 1, which is in the bracket. You should start by that. You solve 2 minus 1 is actually 1. Then, after working on that, then you will go to the division part. Remember, the division is appearing here, where you have negative 4 divided by 2, which is actually worked out here as 2. And then you go to the multiplication, where now you have 6 times 3, like that and that. And then that one has been combined later on here. And then they have been able to work on that. My work in this particular class is actually to demonstrate the class questions that I gave, which are actually here. And I want to solve these questions using my whiteboard. So I will go to my whiteboard and work them out like this. This is how I'm going to work them out. The first question that was given is negative 4. You've been given negative 4 minus negative 12. Sorry, let me erase this negative 12. There is another sign that is appearing here. So it's actually supposed to be negative 12 plus 4. Then you divide by 2, then plus 1. So one thing you should be able to understand is this, that if we apply body mass, then we need to work out on this particular bracket. So you will find it being negative 4 minus negative 12 plus 4. When you have a basket of maybe fruits, you minus 12 fruits from that basket, and then you add back 4. You minus 12, and then you add back 4. In simple terms, you have only minus 8. You have only subtracted 8, and then you have plus 2 plus 1. Then you will proceed and find that this negative and this negative, because we know when a negative and a negative are being multiplied, the solution there is positive. So you are going to have negative 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1. Then we can come here and then maybe have all the positive integers together. So we can have negative 4. When we have 8 plus 2 plus 1 is going actually to give us plus 11. Then the answer becomes what? When you have positive 11, here just note it is 11. When you have positive 11, then you minus 4, automatically you are going to get your answer as positive 7. So that is how you do it. So you must be very procedural. If you just come here and you start working from here without actually considering the aspect of body mass, then you are going to derive a very wrong answer. So if you come here and then you solve like 2 plus 1 and then you get it is 3, and then you go ahead, you'll find it very wrong. So always stick to the game, and the game requires you to apply the body mass. We had another question from your notes where you are supposed to work out or evaluate. You are given negative 8 divided by 2 plus 12 times 9 minus 4 times 6, and then everything divided by 56 divided by 7 times 2. Then you are told you work out that. You will realize whenever you are given this kind of a question, it is going to be simple for you to work on the upper part, which is actually the numerator part. Work on the numerator part first. And if we apply that, what do we have here? We don't have bracket, but we have division. So we can divide direct here. Negative 8 divided by 2 is going to give us negative 4. And then the others can remain, first of all, the way they want, times 9 minus 4 times 6. And then after having done that part of division, we can simply go to the multiplication where we have 12 times 9, where we have 12 times 9, which is actually 108. So I can proceed here and have it as a negative 4 plus 108 minus 4 times 6. Then having done that, I can go to the multiplication again. We have another multiplication here where we have negative 4 times 6. So it can be negative 4 plus negative 4, just a minute, plus 108 minus negative 4 times 6 is actually 24. So you'll find now, because this is negative and this is negative, we can put them together to be negative 4 plus or minus 24 plus 108. I've simply put the negatives together. So this one will give us negative 4 minus 24 is the same as negative 28. Remember, if you minus 4, then you minus 24. In total, you have minus 28. And then we add the 108 here, plus plus you add plus 108. So in simple terms, or the final answer for that is going to be what? This is, if you minus this one, actually you are going to find this answer being equal to positive 80. Positive 80. Because when you have 108, then we minus 28 is going to give us positive 80. Having done the numerator part, we can proceed and also do the denominator part. The denominator part, remember, was 56 divided by 7 times 2. So here it is a division. Let me put it a bit clear. Let me write it. It is actually 56 divided by 7, then we multiply by 2. So we shall start with the division here, where we have 56 divided by 7, which is 8 times 2, which actually is going to give us what? 16. So the final answer will be equal to the numerator over the denominator. Remember, this part was working on the denominator. So it's going to be equal to 80 over 16. Then you can get your final answer like that. That is actually that second question. I want to leave it here so that now you can also do the third question on your notes for the lesson 3, so that you can also try to find out whether you are going to arrive at an answer which is reasonable. And if there will be any problem, just feel free to raise it here in our next class. Thank you very much.